guys, it's me, Sai. Thanks for joining me today. And it's the end of the season. I've just started using bots a while back. I've got a bunch of extra cards. I've got like 500 CP or something like that. So I kind of split it up a little bit between some other accounts because I wasn't using all those cards. So I've been reading a lot about bots and I kind of have mixed feelings on them. But it was one of those cases when I want to see are bots actually worth it. So I use a bot right now called Archmage on my accounts. It's fairly new. And I used it last season on a couple accounts. I even opened up another account this season just to try and test it out and see how things are going to go. So, to start things off, it's the end of the season now. 3 of the accounts have been running all season, and one of them, like I said, I just created. We're just going to open the rewards for those and take a look through Peak Monster at what kind of cards they actually own at this point in time. Now, for this experiment, I might have actually already traded some stuff out of the accounts. So it might not be fully accurate, but it will give you a good idea as to what you can kind of expect. So that being said, you kind of have to look at it like each account. For me, at least, it costs $10 to open the account through Splinterlands. And then the Archmage passes that I got for the bot that I use were $10 each as well. So I'm looking at investing about $20 each plus the cards, but I don't really consider the cards having really cost me anything because I still have the value of the cards that I put into the accounts. And I wanted all these to be silver bots. I don't really find much value in bronze. So, yeah, so I've got them all at silver, which means at least 15,000 power. I think one of them I have at 40,000 power, just so I'll be able to have one at silver too, to try that out and see if the difference is worth it. And if it's not, I might split that into another silver one and redistribute everything. So let's see how things have worked here. So I'm in the first account here. This one is the one that started it all, my buddy's old account, Slunchy. So let's go ahead here and let's see the end of season rewards for this, and then we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at their actual account. So let's claim it, and we'll see what they've earned. So you can see there's 539 DEC so far. I can't remember if I transferred any DEC out of these accounts or not, but we'll check it out. Now I have to say these aren't fully automated bot accounts because, man, I just love Splinterlands so much. I'll just log in and play sometimes. But I mean, overall, I'd say that these are not as human as other accounts. Well, as my main account is the way I'll phrase it. Wow, lots of potions. Okay. All right. So there's 2 rares. They're worth like 11 cents each. There's a couple commons here. So we're probably looking at like what 30 cents worth of those. Plus alchemies are worth 5 cents each. So you're probably looking at 50 cents, 60 cents or so. Call it 60 cents worth of cards there. It's not terrible for one. Plus the 544 that we have. Well, some of that was from those rewards we just got. And when I look at the cards that are owned, so we have some other cards here. I mean, this includes what we just got, right? So, I mean, not too bad over the course of a full season here, right? I mean, we got some rares. We didn't get any mythics in this count, but we got some rares, 5 rares. And we got, what, 2, 4, 7, 13, 17, 19? So 19 commons. So not bad overall. So that's like $1 to call it like $3 or so. So I mean, trying to pay back that 20, I mean, it's going to take us 20 divided by 3 is what, 8, call it 9 seasons. And I don't think that this was like the best seasons either. But call it 9 seasons or so, and I'll have this fully paid off. So that's going to be about 18 weeks. So that's like what? That's like a third of a year or so, and this is all paid off. So that's just one account though. That's Slunchy. Let's go ahead. Let's open up another one here now, and we'll go into. Here's my newest account. This is the one that I literally just opened yesterday, and then I just played it hard to get all the way up to silver right away. So let's take a look. And so this one doesn't really have anything. It's got 5 DEC in it. So it's all just about these rewards right here. So again, $20. Plus all the money that I spent getting cards for it that I then allocated over here. Like, I like my accounts to have Lorna Shine in it, because that way if I ever needed to do any work on them, I can just spam pretty much life and do Lorna Shine Sneak, which seems to work really good in silver. Wow, look at all those cards. Holy moly. Alright, so not bad for day one. I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 rares right there, so that's like 40 cents, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 6 commons. That's like 60, 70 cents or so. legendary potions, call it like 75 cents total for that. That's getting there. And again, this is just for like 1 day on this one. I don't know if I got any other cards before this. So I mean, we got a couple here. So 4 rare and 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7 commons. So not bad for just like literally 1 day, so I could get the end of seasons. Let's log out here and let's go into this account that's been running the whole time. All right, so 363 DEC. So Slenchi must have actually gotten some good stuff. Let's go and let's claim these chests. Let's see if we got anything out of Silence 3. I love Deceivers and Bandits. Here we go, a Gargoyle Devil. So nothing too exciting here as well, just 1 rare and just like very low amount of DEC. Alright, and let's just check the cards that are owned. Oh, so this one did actually get an epic at some point in time. So that's pretty good. Only 3 rares though, and a bunch of commons though. 9, 13, 15, 16. Alright, so that's not bad. So, I mean, the epic itself is worth probably like, what, 50 cents or something like that? 55 cents? So, not terrible here. We're still probably trending about the same amount of time that it's going to take like around 9 seasons, so a third of the year to pay it off. Let's log out and let's go into Silence 2. Now, this is the one that I went ahead and I created as like a silver 2 bot just to kind of try it out. And I mean, it's got a lot more DEC than the others. So, but I think it had one really lucky daily open where it got like over 100 DEC or something like that. And don't forget, Silver 2 actually gets you 3 chests a day. But I mean, it's for almost 3 times as much. So it would be more beneficial theoretically to split this into 2 accounts. But I mean, that DEC is more than 2 accounts when you look at all the others. That being said, let's take a look. So this one has 15 chests. Try her out. And then these will be like the bot accounts. Then I've got my main account. I'll open that one up as well since it's end of season. Push it up to Diamond 2. Oh, Jin Chihuahua, so we're off to a good start with this one. Alright, and okay, so this one basically had Jin Chihuahua, which is totally fine. Jin Chihuahua is a great card. And let's just take a look at the cards that are owned by this account. And oh, so 2 Jin Chihuahuas pulled total. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rares. And wow, okay, so what, 13, 15, 19, 25 commons. So that's actually pretty substantial, to be honest with you. I'm really looking forward to when they actually up what you can get as your rewards. And plus, this is like $3 right here as well, right? So I'm really looking forward to when they actually end up upping the rewards like they said they were going to, based on the ranking that you're in. I believe they said something like that. That theoretically you'll end up with better rewards if you're playing in Diamond than you would if you're playing in Bronze and Silver. So once that changes, then that might change a lot of people's outlooks on how to run their bots as well. So let's go and let's do this one. So this is my big one. This is my real account, as I call it. I'll just claim these rewards here first. What it bumped me down to? Gold 2. All right. So I'm in Gold 2 right now. It must have done the dailies for this right after the reset, because like I said, this one I actively play. And so nothing exciting for today out of that account. So really, so far, all I've really gotten is like a Jin Chihuahua out of all of these accounts so far. So out of 50 plus, like, what was that, 6 chests? Out of 56 chests, I've gotten a Jin Chihuahua, not too much else. So hopefully there's going to be something in here for me. Maybe it was punishing me for using bots or something like that. 1 DEC. Yep, right when I said that, it truly showed me the pain. Nari. Okay. So, Spellsmith. Gargoyle Devil. 3 DEC. Another Venari. I can't believe that card used to be $6. 25 DEC. And now it's worth 13 cents. Like, I guess we all had, in retrospect, had we known, we would have all sold, right? But oh wow, this is not looking good, eh? All right. Well, There's still these last 5. Hopefully there'll be something good. 110. Jeez, that was pretty bad. So I opened like over 100, like 107 or 108 chests, and I got 1 mythic out of, or 1 epic out of all of those, and a bunch of rares, and not too much else. So I thought that this would be just interesting to kind of show my opens and stuff for the end of the season, just so people would be able to take a look at kind of like what you can expect some of the rewards to be. So I know that people are pretty hard on bots, but I mean, I contributed a lot to the ecosystem in order for me to be able to get those bots up to par. For instance, I'll show you my peak monster here. So when I look at my cards, and here's what I've got, right? So I'll show delegated and without gold. So I actually went ahead and I bought lots of cards to be able to delegate here, right? Don't want gold. I guess there's not a way for me to show that, is there? Here we go, regular. Because I rent out my gold, of course, end of season. So you can see that a lot of this stuff here, like for Silence 2, look at everything that I bought extra off the marketplace just so I could delegate it to Silence 2 to have like that decent silver 2 account. And then after Silence 2, like it's still going. This is all for Silence 2, all delegated to it. Cards that they don't get as just like starter cards and stuff like that, right? And here now we've moved on to Silence 3. So everything above this Spineback Turtle is Silence 2. Now we move on to Silence 3. And all these cards have been delegated to it as well. So I mean, I've put in quite a bit of money into these bots. Like a lot of people rent, but like if you're not a renter, you can contribute to the ecosystem just by having these bots, right? Because I mean, if I wasn't running these bots, I wouldn't have bought all these extra cards. So it does actually contribute something to people who are trying to sell into the marketplace if you're a bot runner who does actually own the cards, right? Because here's Silence 4, the one I just set up and had to buy a bunch of cards for. And then here's Slunchy, the final account, right? So all these cards you can see are just delegated to those accounts to actually get them up to the proper CP and to make sure that they actually have a chance. So I mean, when you go back and you look over here at the cards that are delegated, right, and you look at the summoners, like these guys here, this Lorna Shine is the one that I'll put in like every account, for instance, right? When you start looking at the things that I find really valuable, it's like Kobold Miner, they're almost $10 each, right? The Exploding Dwarf, a Molten Ogre, Flame Monkeys and Ant Miners, and my Silence 4 account doesn't even have a lot of these yet, right? But you can see that a lot of these cards I purchased for the express use of putting into my bots. So if you're not a renter botter player, I guess, and you're a buyer botter player, because I don't mind having the investment in the cards themselves, right? Because I feel like the cards themselves have value. So I mean, there's no point in me renting when I could actually own the assets anyway, which is something I like to do. Plus they generate airdrop points for me and everything, right? It's actually in some ways helping the market to have the bots, if you play the bots like I do at least, right? But I know that most of the rentals that are happening right now are happening from bots to gain the CP that they need to quickly advance in the levels at the end of the season. But that being said, I mean, you can see kind of the way that I run my bots. A Silver Shield Knight, especially important for, like I said, that Lorna Shine combo, because it's kind of like Lorna Shine. You put the 1-star guy in front of Silver Shield Knight, and then you go ahead and you run a bunch of sneak characters, right? And that's pretty effective. With Silver Shield Assassin, you got the Cat, you got Uraeus, and you got the Stitch Leech, and you've got that other just 2 casting cost guys like Battering Ram, and the new guy from Chaos Legion. I forget her name, but she flies, and she's really good. For 2, can even get True Strike. Let's see, I think she's common. Maybe she's a rare. She's a rare. Let's see. And life. There we go, the Celestial Harpy. So that's a really good, what I call like base bot team for my guys, because it lets me literally take over if I need to complete a daily because the bots aren't doing a good enough job. And you just run Lorna Shine, you run a bunch of sneak guys, and it's pretty much just like you can really chain a bunch of wins together that way. So there we go. That's my take on the bots. So you saw that the rewards, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Like, it would have been great to have pulled a bunch of legendaries out of that, but I mean, that's going to take like a third of a year to even pay off just the initial amount that I put into getting the bot, or getting the account open for the $10, and then actually going and getting the Archmage that I run it on for the $10 as well, which today's the last day to get your alpha pass, by the way, for Archmage at archmage.app. That being said, I hope that you kind of enjoyed it from like the perspective of someone who like has their own cards, not like renting cards and having a huge bot farm, but just like using the extra cards that I had kind of on hand that I just didn't want to go to waste. Because I mean, why would I? Why would I waste those cards pretty much and just have them sitting stagnant in my account? And that's the one thing that I do think is good about bots is if you've put in a bunch of money into your collection and you've built it pretty high up, so you can get like a decent amount of like SPS in your airdrops and stuff like that. Like I've got a pretty good airdrop point total and everything, but my collection power itself is over 500,000, right? And that 500,000 isn't going to be enough for me to. It's enough for me to get into Champion League, but my cards aren't good enough to play in Champion League, right? So it at least is going to be enough for me to get to Diamond. I can play comfortably in Diamond 2 with my 325,000 power. It allows me to have a couple silver accounts as well. They're just kind of doing their own thing and eventually paying themselves off. Again, that wasn't good hits that I got today. The accounts themselves didn't have a lot of DEC in them, but in the long run, like over the course of a year, they will have paid themselves off. But it's not like a lot of people think it's just like making money, making money, making money. And that's not the case. It's a slow grind over a long period of time. So I'm against bots for tournaments. I don't think that they're good for tournaments, especially things like Splinter Tools, which I also love splintertools.io. Just started using it like 5 days ago. Love it. That type of thing I'm against because I feel like that gives you an advantage against people who don't have the tool. But I mean, it's one hive for a month. So, I mean, that's like $1 for 30 days. You're not playing a free to play game. You're playing a play to earn game. So there is a difference in that. But anyway, hope that's giving you a little bit of perspective into bots, kind of how they work and stuff like that. What we're kind of expecting is payout. And again, I'm just like I wouldn't even really consider myself like a big bot person, but I just had the extra resources and I could either again let them just go stagnant in my account or create a few bots to just kind of have running and do something for me. But it's not a quick and easy payout that just kind of happens. Yeah, it's a grind, just like everything else in this game is a grind, and you just consistently play, then hopefully make up the money over a long period of time. So hope you enjoyed kind of the quick little podcast that I did to here today, or not a podcast. What would this be? A stream, showing you the season rewards that we opened up and everything. And if you guys have questions, certainly feel free to let me know here in the comments. I'll try and get back to you when I can. I've normally just started posting this kind of stuff to YouTube as well when I'm done. So feel free to follow me on YouTube as The Silence as well. I think I've got that link to my Twitch profile. So nice having you guys on today. Hope that you saw and it was a little bit reassuring to you maybe that bots aren't just like super easy money and that some of us actually like pay to buy the cards, which helps you. It helps the ecosystem because I bought more stuff than I needed to off the market so I could run those bots. If I were to calculate getting back the amount of money that I actually put into each bot, I would never make that money back. Like just look at Silence 2, right? I'd have to earn over $1,000 worth of value, not just $20, right? Over 1,000 to pay off the cards that I put into this account. And even my weakest account, when I take a look at it, this one's $188 that I put into it just to have like some decent cards so that I wouldn't just auto lose and the bots would have something to actually use. So that actually stimulates the market. It's not all as bad as people say. Rental bots, maybe that's a different story, but hey, they're still actually generating rentals, right? And when you look at rentals, I mean, this was at the end of the season, of course, right? So it's a little bit different. But when you're looking at rentals, that's what allows these type of accounts. I always try and buy gold whenever I can. That's what allows these kind of accounts to actually make those rentals, right? So you can see the rentals per day and everything over here. My rentals are earning right now over 3,000 DC a day, but that's only because it's end of season, right? Normally it's like maybe a tenth of that amount, right? But without the bots, you wouldn't be able to rent either, because I mean the players would get it, but there's such a big market out there. I think the bots are the main people renting as well. So are bots good? Are bots bad? Bots overall, I'm not going to say that they're great, but they do serve a purpose to help kind of the ecosystem of Splinterlands make the rentals, make the sales in the market and stuff as well. So hope that you guys liked the stream today. Again, give me a like and subscribe if you like more content like this. Hopefully coming soon, I'll be on Splinterlands TV, which is the Splinterlands exclusive streaming site. And my time for that is from 8 to 10 Eastern Standard Time every Thursday. So you can join me on Splinterlands TV when that starts off as well. Until then, you guys, have yourself a great day. Thanks for tuning in. This is Silence. Tune it out. Have a good one, everyone.